Okay, hello, the great and glorious NickDutch again. Hello. Today I'm talking about one of my little experiences that I've had. Again, it was a rather strange situation. I mentioned in the video that I did about angelic contact, about the way in which divine beings, experiences which feel like contact with or from a divine being seem to feel like. There have been other instances like that in my life, and I just want to share one of those with you now. Again, it's difficult to be able to prove a lot of the experiences that I've had using natural science, positivistic type methodology. All I can do is tell you what has happened, just the basic experience, and then we can just see whether there's been any correlation to the experiences you've had, and so on and so forth. I got involved with the occult at quite an early age, had some strange experiences that led me further on my path of discovery. I had more experiences, some of which were rather frightening. A number of them were so frightening I found it very hard to sleep at night. This is something that I've of course since got over. As time passed by, I could only say that through lack of perspective, seeing things the wrong way, becoming a bit of a mischievous type person, I started living a style of life and doing a style of thinking which could only be regarded or described or defined as being similar to that of being possessed. I reacted upon my emotions, I reacted upon my thoughts and my feelings without criticizing what was going on inside my mind. And when you trust your own emotions, when you trust your own thoughts and your own feelings as if they are right, without thinking, hang on a moment, maybe there's something wrong with the way I'm thinking here, let's just try and analyze this and break it down and try and come to a logical conclusion, I became someone who trusted the way I felt. The results of that, as in many cases of people who are under pressure, who are going through an awful lot in their lives, was that I eventually declined in my personality, in my mentality. I'm not proud of it at all. I got involved with drink, and I became eventually, out of the financial problems caused by becoming a heavy drinker, someone who had financial problems. This eventually led me to crime, and I supported myself to a certain degree that way. I treated people as if they were there to be used for basically my benefit and my gain, without working for a proper living. I declined morally, psychologically and emotionally. I had received, on the run-up to my eventual decline, a number of other messages which felt of the same order and of the same type as that spirit contact that seemed to occur when I had the experience mentioned in the little video I've done about angelic beings. The first of which was a bit of a telling off. I was told by this force that I was being stupid. And I was told this when I was in a house of religion, a temple, a church of some sorts. And it was just like my ordinary consciousness just dropped away, and I heard this word coming into me, "You're being stupid," and it stopped, and I came back to normality straight away. Again, that could just be stress, anxiety, all sorts of things. I dismissed them. The second time, I experienced a second message, and the second message was a suggestion of a way forward. I'm not going to tell you what that suggestion was, and I will never tell anybody that, okay? But I kept that suggestion at the back of my mind. A few more years passed, my decline became worse. My moral decline, my financial decline became much worse. And then I had another experience which was even more powerful. And instead of a telling off or a suggestion of a way forward, I got a direct order. And it was the most coherent, complete sentence that I'd had in a while. The reason I'm mentioning this is because the result of following this particular sentence was to, for a time, develop a concept of God through returning to my religious studies, my spiritual studies, my occult studies. To start living a style of life based upon doing what's right, no matter what anybody says, always finding out the next right thing, and following that to the letter. And holding a concept of my higher power, my divine being, God, as I understood him, inside me. I can only describe the long-term effects of this change as being almost identical in nature to that which is described by the Christians of becoming born again. Because after that time there was no need for me to do anything of a criminal nature, no need for me to do anything of a unpleasant or antisocial nature, no need for me to be violent. And I had completely taken apart the change, and I applied religious understanding from a wide variety of different areas, and I carried on choosing to believe in the God of my understanding. And I would say that those seeming messages from the higher or angelic beings, or God, or whatever it was, plus my spiritual change, has actually saved my life, has saved my mentality, and turned me into a respectable, law-abiding citizen. I'm not a Christian. I do not label myself as a Christian. I would say that if there is a true God, it would be superior in concept to anything that mankind can understand. But if there's anyone out there who's in any doubt of the benefits of trying to find out the reason behind, or the reasoning behind some aspects of Christianity and following a holy being, I would just say, go for it. Because it did save my life, and it can possibly save yours as well. With that thought, whether you're Christian, whether you're pagan, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Islamic, whether you're Hindu, whatever faith you're from, good fortune and God bless, and enjoy your spiritual development.